Hello again, guys. Part 3. I just wanted to show you this bag that I picked up a little while ago and I've been using for a while now. It's actually meant for triathlon, so where you swim, run and ride bike, having the different clothing and the different necessities you need for that. A company that makes energy food and drinks and bars, etc. They've made a specific bag, and I picked one up because it's perfect for excuse me, for cycling. So this is the bag. It's made by a company called Aptonia, and it's called the Transition Bag. So let me just pop you guys on the little tripod here. There we go. Hopefully that's okay. So it does up nicely. It's slightly sort of rubberized plastic, so it's sort of semi-waterproof. It's got two really thick shoulder straps, so really comfortable on, very padded with a chest brace across. So you can stick it on your back and carry it if you're riding off to a location or something. So I don't know yet, but it may be that in France I ride from the hotel along to the start area with this on my back and then just hang this up and go racing. And then when I finish, I'll have everything to hand when I finish. We've got secure storage there in the competitors area, so we'll do that. It's got a really good clip system on the top, so it's got this not a D-ring but a clip ring, strong strap, an attachment here, so you can clip it on, clip it through something, clip it onto something, hang it up. And when it's hung up, it's all available to you. So it zips out from the front here. And it's all in sections inside. So at the moment I've got two sets of riding gear in here, in these what's called musettes, these what the cyclists use for feed bags. You see the guys holding these up at the side of the road with the food in, and the guys come along and put their arms through and grab their food. I've got them for clothing, so I've got one set of clothing in there, one set of clothing in here, so two sets of clothing. You've got side pockets, elasticated side pockets in this section, popping your bits and pieces into. Just a spare pair of socks there. More pockets in here. I've got a pump, a couple of spare ones, got my sunglasses in there. Top shelf I've got my helmet in a helmet bag with my gloves, etc. inside there. There's a place at the back here where I've got my ID, got my driving licence and my race licence there. I've got my heart rate monitor in on this side, strap and monitor, and at the back here I usually have my computer, so I put my cycle computer in there. This is my phone. This side I've got my phone holder, which is made for the same mount as my cycle computer, so that clicks in the same mount, and some spare bits for the helmet there, spare pads. So basically what I really like about it is that it separates out all the sections. So it's all very well having these bags and putting all your stuff in, but then you can never get to any of it. It all just falls down and goes into just a mess. So here you've got a section for your helmet up the top. Put your bits and pieces in. You've got, I normally put the isotonic tablets in here for the drinks, some gels and bars and things all just tucked away, so they're handy to get out. So when I want to get to the event and I want to get changed, it's all here. It's all easy to get to. It's not all mixed in together and falling down in the bottom of the bag and everything else. And then if I just pop you back here a second. Hang this little tiny tripod. So if we zip that part up, on either side you've got a space for a drink bottle, and that actually got this elasticated rib that clicks in on there, so that you can click that in and really hold it in tight. So a drink bottle either side, and then on the bottom section, this is meant for after you've been swimming really. There's a separate part which unzips here, and I've got my shoes in there in another bag. So my race shoes are in there, and that section's designed to drain. It's got a drain on the bottom here, which drains out. You can also completely unzip that section, so you can take that section off. What I tend to do is, when I finished racing, I put my shoes and all my dirty clothes in this section, so that it's in a separate part, and then you can carry that separately, take that off, and you've got all your dirty clothes and your shoes all in that one section. That keeps this part of the bag clean, so you know whatever's in this part of the bag is kept clean. So I just wanted to show you that, because I really like it. It's really useful, and as you guys know, you've seen before with the videos, I've got all my riding clothes, I've got all the GoPro stuff, I've got the computer stuff, phone stuff, all these things. Sometimes on the longer rides I have the extra charging stuff with me to keep everything charged. So having all that stuff, it's a lot of stuff, as you've seen before, and to have a bag that organises it all and keeps it all in. Also, you've just got this little kind of secret compartment on the back here which zips up. You can put your wallet in there, ID stuff. So yeah, I really like the bag. It's a great bag, really strong, really well designed, and keeps everything in order, so it's really easy. When you get there, hang it up, unzip it, and everything's laid out for you to get changed, and then when you're finished, put everything away. All your dirty stuff goes in the bottom. Yeah, really good. I really like it. Okay guys, that's the what they call the transition bag, but I'm using this as a race bag. Okay guys, well, most of you have seen all this stuff before. We've got all our sport and science stuff ready. So we've got energy bars in this one, which we've talked about before, small energy bars. We have got the remnants of what was left of my previous gels. So I've just got a few SIS gels left in there. I've got some very thick Vaseline for sensitive areas, just to put that on as the racing progresses. A couple of very cheap, horrible gels which I don't like. I've got my immune there, which we all know I should have had last time. Got sick after the race last time, so got my immune there ready. Immune supplement. These are it's a new pack of gels ready, so different flavour this time. I've tried them and I like them, so I've been using those when I've been going out riding. Like a fruity mango flavour. So I've got the rest of the blackcurrant ones and those. Then I've got this is completely new. It's just been released. It's what Team Sky have been using and testing for a while, and it's called Beta Fuel. So it's a granular fuel. So what this is, it goes in your drink bottle. So you have one drink bottle with this Beta Fuel, and you have your other drink bottle with isotonic drink. And what you're doing in having this is you are the Beta Fuel in 500 millilitres, which is this size, that size, 500 millilitres, half a litre. In that size you have one of those sachets, and that's enough for 2 hours. And that is carbohydrate drink. So not to be confused with the other drink. The other drink is isotonic, that's hydration. So you're drinking for hydration, you're drinking for water, to have fluid and keep your fluid levels up. This is for energy, so this is carbohydrate drink. Now this is very new, it's only just available. So what this stops is the necessity for having the gel. So instead of having to every 45 minutes remember to have a gel, and also the energy bars, to have an energy bar, with this you're drinking all the time. So there's enough in that bottle to keep you going for 2 hours in terms of taking gels and taking energy bars. So the idea is that instead of normally you would start your ride with the amount of energy that you have, and you might have a gel before you start, or you might have a bar before you start. I quite often have a bar before I start. And so you start, and obviously over that 45 minutes to an hour, your energy level, the amount of energy available to your muscles is going down. You're using your stores. We've eaten our meal in the morning, and that has been digested over the 2 hours before the race, and so you're pre-fueled, and you're going to start using that energy, but that's going to diminish over the 45 minutes to an hour. So the idea is that by having this available to you in a drink form, it doesn't diminish. Instead of this tapering down like this, and then you taking your gel and maybe your energy bar, and it comes back up, and then it goes along for another hour and then tapers down. This, for 2 hours, you're just sipping away at it all the time. So every time you have a drink, you have a little bit of this drink, this carbohydrate drink, and you're constantly topping up your energy stores. So you don't get this taper down, you stay at a level. You stay at a constant level. So the idea is that I'm going to try this. I've tried it in training, and it doesn't taste particularly nice. It tastes a little bit tablety, like chalky, you know, when you take a tablet. So it doesn't taste amazing, but it's okay. And I'm going to try this and see if it's better. So the theory is you don't get the drop. You just stay at a certain level because you're constantly taking small amounts of carbohydrate, and because it's in a liquid form and the way it's been formulated, it passes through the lining of your stomach very quickly, and it goes to your muscles very quickly. So it restores the energy in your glycogen very quickly, and then that's available to your muscles. So we're going to try that this time. So this is a new thing from Team Sky, and we're going to try it and see how we get on. So let's see. So I shall have 1 bottle of carbohydrate and 1 bottle of isotonic drink on my bike. We will see how that works, and I will have a gel and an energy bar with me for later on. So, you know, if the race goes into a 3rd hour, for instance, I shall be going back to the gels and the bars. Likewise, I mean, you might say, well, why have you got the gels and the bars, Shankers? I don't know completely if that stuff's going to work, you know, or if my stomach's really going to agree with it when I'm racing with it. So unfortunately I didn't have it for the last race I did, so I couldn't test it in the last race I did. We need to see. So I've got, if you like, I've got the bars and the gels as a backup, as a more traditional backup, and I'm going to try this and see how it works, because you don't know until you use it. But in theory, I mean, my body agrees with all their other products that they make, so in theory it should be good. So that's the idea. 1 bottle of hydration, isotonic hydration, and 1 bottle of liquid carbohydrate that you're just sipping on all the way through, so you don't get the taper downwards that you normally would then take a gel after 45 minutes or to an hour, and an energy bar, and that would lift you back up again for the next hour. You're not going to get that. You're going to get a much more even passage. So let's see. And then we've got our after riding, so we've got our Rego, which we've talked about before. This has got the exact correct blend of carbohydrate replacement and protein replacement in the form of amino acids. So that helps greatly with the recovery. So you have that within 30 minutes of finishing, and that puts a lot of the carbohydrate back into you, and it starts the process of the protein going to your muscles. So it really helps in the recovery. If you're just doing a 1-day race, it doesn't really matter, because you can just go and eat some decent food and relax. But when you're racing for 4 days, you need to make sure you're starting the next day in the best possible form you can. And then the big one is the overnight one. And the overnight one releases its energy, the same idea as protein and carbohydrate, but it releases it very slowly, and it releases it right the way through the night. So it's like you getting up and having a meal like 5 times during the night. It's just gently releasing that into your body. So the other ones are for immediately after the race, and the big one, the overnight, is for during the night, so it releases right the way through. Okay, guys? Hello guys, so Lisa's bike is done. Just washed it, air dried it off with the airline, and lubed the chain with WD-40 for now, and that drives all the water out. And then once that's driven everything through, I will put some proper chain lube on. But for now everything's ready. Tyres are good, and I adjusted the suspension for her weight, so she'll be riding around on this. And I put these big Specialized pedals, they came with the Epic, which they weren't actually on there, they were just supplied in a box. They're nice resin, big flat platform pedals, so she will be comfortable on those pedalling along. So that one's all ready, and I will get on with the others, but I'll show you how these go in the bike bags. I've got 3 bike bags for the bikes to go in the back of the car, and I'll show you how they go in there and how they pack into the car. Right guys, speak to you later.